DoorDash just announced a brand new reward system that is currently live, and a current update that was announced yesterday that is currently affecting you as a DoorDash Dasher. That's why in this video, we're going to go over the brand new update as well as a previous update that is also brand new from just a couple of months ago. I appreciate you joining the live stream. My name is Mike, and this channel is dedicated to your success in this gig economy, the side hustle. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. Well, hey, I am super pumped to be talking about this today. Again, big changes coming to the delivery space with DoorDash and a brand new bonus system for you. We're going to talk about, is this worth it? Should you go for these bonuses? What are the qualifications? Again, today, a brand new DoorDash Dasher rewards system. And we're going to explain that here today. So let me know down below in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching on the replay where you're watching from. Now, before we get into this, we need to go into where it all started. Some history behind this rewards program, because again, this was new, but this was announced just a couple of months ago. So I want to share this with you, some history first of where this all started. Now, as you can see, just a couple of months ago, November of last year, this started with an announcement, really a massive announcement of a $200 million program called the Main Street Strong Pledge. This is straight from the official DoorDash blog. Now, what this is a 5-year commitment program with different monies going to different areas, in part, some of this money going to you as a DoorDash Dasher. Now, as we can see here, this is in conjunction with the Dasher Community Council. If you didn't know, DoorDash does work with select Dashers just to advise on the platform and asking fellow Dashers what they would like to see on the platform. In fact, let us know down below in the comments what you would like to see improved on the Dasher platform. We can see here they're also working with the Voices of Dashers of Color Council as well as the Restaurant Advisory Board. Now, specifically to you as a DoorDash Dasher, DoorDash is allocating $12 million in this 5-year stretch specifically for Dashers. I think that's the biggest thing here. So the $200 million announcement, this was announced, again, just a couple of months ago. This is brand new. In November, the initial announcement in November of 2020, we can see here DoorDash is allocating $12 million of that specifically to improving the Dasher platform. So let's explain what that entails and what goes into this new announcement. We can see here in this announcement, this is again initially from November. DoorDash says, quote, this program is highlighting and recognizing many dedicated Dashers across the globe. So what does that really mean? And actually let me know in the comments or the live chat, how long have you been driving for DoorDash? If this is the first time that you and I are meeting, again, my name is Mike. I appreciate you being here. Also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I started in this side hustle back in 2015, really with apps in the rideshare space. And then I added delivery apps like DoorDash, like Postmates, like Uber Eats, like Amazon restaurants when that was still a thing years ago. And it's my job to hustle out there and share best practices for you because it's simple. Again, it's your success in the gig economy. I don't want you to waste your time. I've invested in resources like yourdrivermike.com to jumpstart your earnings and to honestly save you the months and the years of the learnings curve that I had back in 2015, so you can start making more money than other drivers. And my goal for you is to be in the top 15% of driver earners. Now, this announcement continues. Remember, I mentioned that this $12 million is going to highlighting some of the top Dashers. This is officially what DoorDash is saying. So check this out. This says, quote, this is officially from DoorDash. Many of the most active Dashers received a cash reward between $300 and, I had to double check this, $20,000 in local currency. How about that? If you're a Dasher, let me know. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you could use an extra 20K from DoorDash right now. And that's true based on their total lifetime deliveries. Again, from the official DoorDash blog. Again, this is part of that Main Street Strong pledge. DoorDash is giving veteran Dashers, honestly, this is something that I've been advocating for years, is a rewards program for you. If you're out there grinding day after day, year after year, to give you some kind of cash bonus for completing whatever it is, 5K, 10K, 20K deliveries. Now, I didn't see any thresholds in this announcement from November, so let us know. Are you a veteran driver? Have you received a cash bonus? I have completed 1,500 completed deliveries. And hey, I know a lot of you guys and gals are out there hustling that have made or have completed 2x that, 3x that, 5x that. So 1,500 deliveries, it sounds decent, but hey, I respect you out there for grinding and completing even more. I'm very, very curious. I mean, have you received a cash bonus from DoorDash? Now, when would have this happened? This was just in November. Remember, this is the initial update last November, so this is still brand new, just a couple of months old here. Have you received a cash bonus? I can tell you that the threshold is not $1,500 because I didn't receive anything, and that's okay, but let us know. Have you completed 5K deliveries? Have you earned some type of bonus from DoorDash? I'm very curious about that. Now, let's continue on here. I want to show you now the most current updates. And these current updates are literally right off the presses, so you're watching this at a great time. This was announced yesterday, January 5th. This is a phase 2 announcement of this Main Street pledge. So let's go into this and let's explain what was announced yesterday. And I'm going to go over how this affects you and some strategies to earn more money on this new platform. So let's jump into this. The newest updates, this second phase announcement, again, brand new, announced yesterday, states this. Each month, Dashers will have the opportunity to earn cash rewards by completing a certain number of deliveries. These rewards are on top of what Dashers already earn for each delivery. Now, I broke this news yesterday. So again, join the team here of over 23,000 other drivers in the entire gig economy, regardless of what niche you're in, so you can be in the know whenever things like this break. That was over on our community tab. But we can see here, so for the month of January, you're going to have to complete a certain amount of deliveries. Now, what are the thresholds? Is this worth it? How many deliveries do you need to complete for January? And what's the really overall bonus per delivery with this announcement? I'm glad you asked. Well, I'm glad I presented that question. We're going to go into this right now. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. I'm very curious in the live chat or in the comments. And let us know maybe how many deliveries you've completed on the DoorDash platform. Rhonda, a consistent viewer, team member, I appreciate you being here. Irving, I see you. David, Family First, Josh, Dawn, tons of you in here. Thomas, I see you in the live chat. Definitely let us know watching. So let's keep you in the know here. Let's go over the actual numbers of what's entailed with this bonus. Let's take a sip of coffee there. Let me know if you're sipping on any coffee. So for the month of January, in January, any US Dasher who completes at least 450 deliveries will see an extra $200 in their account in early February. Now, if you're a Canadian driver, you have to complete 400 deliveries and will receive 200 Canadian dollars. If you're an Australian driver, it's the same thing. You have to complete 400 deliveries and you'll receive $200 in Australian currency. But for US Dashers, 450 deliveries, and you'll see an extra $200 next month. So looking at the numbers below, what does this mean? So what you're looking at below is the frequency of orders that you'll have to receive each day if you drive for the corresponding amount of days. Now, this is assuming January 1st. Now, this announcement was made again the 5th yesterday, but this is assuming January 1st for January 31st. So let's start from the bottom left and work our way over. If you worked every single day, 31 days in a row in January, you would have to receive 14.5 deliveries per day for 7 days every single day. And corresponding, if you work 5 days every single week, We're assuming, again, you can see the total below because sometimes there is some overlap from the beginning and the end of the month here, but let's assume 5 days for a total of 20 days in January, you'd have to receive 22.5 deliveries a day. If you work 3 days a week, assuming 12 days a month, 37.5 a day, and then so on. If you only work 2 days a week for 10 days in the month, you have to receive 45 deliveries a day. So if you worked every single day in January, you'd have to, again, get 14.5 deliveries every single day. Okay, Mike, I'm not driving for DoorDash every single day, but maybe you do, and shout outs to you if you do that. But I'm assuming most of us aren't driving every single day, especially if you're like half of generally gig economy drivers, you're working a full-time job as well. So I want to further break down these numbers and really give you some insight on what this means per hour. Because I think, I mean, honestly, a lot of us, we have a lot of things going on as well. We can't dedicate every single day to driving for DoorDash. So let's pull this up here. So now what you're looking at is the required deliveries, again, per hour to hit this daily goal that we just cited. Now, again, this is assuming an 8-hour day. And again, I know some of you are out there grinding. You may drive 10, 9, 12 hours a day. Now, keep in mind, especially if you're in California, you may be required to take a 6-hour break after that 12-hour shift. That is a long shift. So let's take a look at some of these numbers here. If you were a everyday grinder, if you drove 7 days a week for 31 days in the month of January, you'd have to receive 1.8 deliveries every hour of that 8-hour dash time. This is actually time on DoorDash, online. I'm trying to get orders, right? Every day for the month of January, 1.8 deliveries a day. Now, Mike, what do these numbers mean? I'm going to talk about that as well, so don't worry, hang in here. Drop a like on this video right now if you appreciate this live stream. If you're getting value in this live stream, definitely smash that like button and join the team. Really appreciate that. So let's get into maybe some more realistic numbers, right? I'm not driving 7 days a week. What about 5 days? For 20 days total in the month here, you'd have to receive 2.8 deliveries every single hour for an 8-hour shift for the month of January, from the 1st to the 31st. Okay, well, 5 days, that's a lot. I got other things going on. Well, what about 3 days? 4.7 deliveries per hour. And then respectively, if you drive 2 days, 5.6 deliveries per hour. So let's talk about how realistic is this? I mean, we're talking about what, like 2 deliveries, 3 deliveries, maybe 5 deliveries per hour here based on all of your driving as well. I mean, how realistic is this? In my opinion, you can only complete a certain amount of deliveries per hour. Generally, from what I've seen, it's going to be 2 to 3 deliveries per hour. So if we're driving for 7 days a week or 5, 6 days a week, and these numbers are showing, let's go back to these numbers here. If these numbers are showing really what, 5 deliveries per hour, if you're in this upper threshold, you will not hit this bonus, in my opinion. Let's bring this back up here. So if you can realistically hit 2 to 3 orders per hour, if you drive 3 days a week, 2 days a week, you will not hit this bonus statistically based on my experience on DoorDash. Based on an 8-hour shift, if you drive 2 days a week, 3 days a week, you're going to have to drive more days a week. So we can see here, maybe the happy medium, if you drive 5 days a week, that's 2.8 deliveries per hour. I think that's reasonable. If you drive 6, obviously that's better. If you drive 4 days a week, which I think is decent, now we're getting into more of the mean average of how many drivers are out there, then yeah, 4 days, maybe 3, and some other days, you might hit the bonus there. Now there's more updates here, so I want to show you this here because this is all brand new. I want you to be the first to know here. So let's go over a few more things with this new update. There's also a Dasher Direct program. It's their first financial platform for Dashers. It's a business prepaid card. We're not here for that. Next update. A partnership with the National Urban League that provides Dashers from underserved communities access to financial literacy training, educational funding, job programs, and more. Fantastic program. Again, we're here for the earnings update, but I think that's a good partnership. So let us know if you feel the same there. Now, let's go over how this affects you. The actual earnings bonus that was just announced here, because there are some stipulations here, there's some updates as far as what's going on here. So I want to go over how this affects you. And then we're going to go over, is it worth it? Because I don't want you to just write this off and say, that's crazy. 450 deliveries completed in January, but I agree to some of that argument. So we're going to go over the pros and cons here of how this affects you. And again, is it worth it? Because there is other possible stipulations coming in February as well. So I want you to be aware of that. So going into how this affects you, we can see here, this is massive. Lean in for this. Drop a like if you appreciate this content and this fact I'm about to drop on you here, because this surprised me big time when I saw this. And again, this is all pulled from DoorDash's official blog. So this is from obviously the source here. 1.9 million new Dashers were added to the platform from mid-March through September of last year with the pandemic, with layoffs. I myself lost a job last year and I made a pivot. 1.9 million new Dashers were added during this pandemic landscape, just from mid-March through September. How's your market been? Let us know actually right now in the comments or the live chat. Have you seen an impact of this? Because this is the first time that I've seen DoorDash release numbers. Traditionally, these companies in the gig space, they're very, they keep these numbers close to their chest as far as how many drivers are on the platform, how many new drivers signed up. This is massive. 1.9 million new Dashers. Let me know right now, have you seen an impact in your market? Rhonda says, there's a million all in my network. And sometimes it can feel like that on those slow shifts. Let me know. And Family First says Grubhub and Uber Eats taking over on this side as well. Now there's criticisms. I mean, let's be real here. Part of the reason why you join this team is for getting both sides of the story here. So I want to show this to you. There's very real criticisms of this program. Okay, let's talk about some of these criticisms. And I post some of the comments on that official blog post to the right here. So if we break down this bonus, 450 deliveries that you need to complete. This is not cumulative, which is kind of what some of the verbiage made it sound like. This is just for January, completing 450 deliveries. There's drivers, and again, there's comments here, etc. if you look on the original post here, but it equals 44-cent bonus per delivery. Let's just let that fact kind of hover in the air there for a second. It equals 44 cents extra per delivery. But I'm going to tell you why that's not necessarily an entirely bad thing. There's criticisms of, okay, does this mean I have to take more poor paying orders in order to hit 450 deliveries in January? We can see here, most likely increases your daily required deliveries. If you're going to go for this, you say, Mike, well, yeah, I drive pretty close to that. I'm driving 8 hours a day. And you said I have to hit 15 to 17 deliveries a day. Well, I usually get 10. So does that mean you're going to have to be out there longer? Does that mean you're going to have to be out there accepting less stellar orders? Possibly, right? It's just based on the numbers if you want to hit this bonus. So some strategies to actually earn more. I want to talk about this. If it's a 44-cent bonus, not worth it, right? Yes or no? So let's share some strategies here on actually how to earn more. And hey, if you're just joining, today we're talking about a brand new announcement from DoorDash. Just announced yesterday. This is hot off the press. Share this with someone right now. Hit that share button if you know someone that's driving or is signing up, what have you. But this was just announced yesterday, January 5th, at the time of filming this video, and initially announced their first announcement, phase 1, back in November. So that was just 2 months ago as well. So this is brand new, so I appreciate you being here. This is very important information. Strategies to earn more. Mike, fantastic. Great. You're telling me all this stuff. How can I actually earn more money? Here's where you're gonna do that. Number one, understand this incentive is 44-cent per delivery boost, okay? Number one. Now, nextly, focus on the best practices that are actually proven to earn you more per hour. What do I mean by that? Well, okay, if I'm going for this bonus, it's 450 deliveries, 200 bucks added to start February. Well, that's a nice boost for February. But I do not want you to focus on this new rewards program as your strategy number one. Firstly, like I say here, the first thing you're gonna do is focus on the actual best practices first. Like driving on peak pay and challenges. Mike, they don't give me that here. Well, check on different times, check on the app here. Are you just missing it? Need to take another sip of delicious coffee here. But peak pay and challenges. I mean, obviously that's the best thing to drive on if your marketplace gets it. So look for it. Are there different segments? Are there different areas where you can drive on less? Here, let me come close for this. This is massive, especially if you're new here. But can you make more money driving on less peak pay? It's true. Statistically, that's what I've shown driving on DoorDash. Well, Mike, I mean, my marketplace gives me a $3 bonus. And I'm in the marketplace. That's where I live. It's $3. Well, look at your statistics. And in fact, go to yourdrivermike.com, go to resources. There is a free spreadsheet for Mac or Excel to track these actual statistics. Look at your data. Say, okay, am I making more money per hour driving on the $3 peak pay? Versus if I'm signing up in an adjacent marketplace, or if I'm driving on a different time, what have you, on a $2 peak pay. Which one is actually making you more money? You want to center around power strips. If you have a small, medium, large size market, chances are your marketplace has a strip of road that has a ton of restaurants. Don't hang out in the little plazas that have, 3 shops, right? Find some power strips, especially if you're in large marketplaces. I just came from San Diego, a massive marketplace. There's tons of different power strips. And furthermore, go deeper. Find power strips that also have a lot of apartments, homes, etc. nearby. It makes the commuting very easy, and you can ping pong. That's another strategy here. Ping pong driving from power strip to home, right back to the power strip, and you're not investing a lot of miles. Multi-apping, driving on different apps at the same time, choosing the best app for you. Lunch versus dinner shifts. Which one actually pays better? Are lunch shifts pulling orders from fast food places? Because people only got an hour lunch break, a 30-minute lunch break. I've had 30-minute lunch breaks. Those are fast. But are they ordering from fast food places because they need something fast? Or is the dinner shift better because they're ordering from higher end restaurants? The dollars to mile ratio, how much am I getting paid for the miles driven? The dollars to time ratio, how much am I getting paid for the time it takes to complete the delivery? Either strategy is solid. Or this one, you can drive on a high volume but low dollar strategy, or you can do the inverse. You can say, okay, well, I'm gonna go for the high dollar orders, but I'm gonna try to take less of them to hit, let's say, $30 an hour, right? So I want 3 deliveries in the hour for $10 to get my goal, my earnings per hour. Or do I want to take more orders because I can't get $10 orders, but I'll have the less dollar payout to hit my goal, whatever it is, again, $25, $30+ an hour. So there's tons of strategies. This is what actually works, at least for me statistically. There's more on this. Invest in yourself. Go to yourdrivermike.com/delivery. There is an entire A to Z course on these driving strategies that goes even deeper, covers multiple apps, how each app has different bonuses, how to leverage those bonuses, driving positioning, pivoting from different marketplaces, what I call a shift audible. All of that is covered in an entire hour-plus long course. Go to yourdrivermike.com/delivery. Make the one-time investment. This isn't something you're gonna invest in every single month. Make the one-time investment right now. It's a new year, especially if you wanna make more money. Leapfrog everyone else, make more money with that course right now. So we talked about this new bonus here. I have even more for you as far as, is this worth it? Okay, so we talked about, all right, I have to complete 450 deliveries. It sounds like a lot. You show me the numbers based on the hours per day, the shift, the days that I'm driving each month, how many deliveries, right? You get it. Are these Dasher rewards worth it? I have something here I want to show you. Let's go into this. And again, I want to give you both sides here of my opinion here. And again, this is a team. This is the whole premise of the channel. I do not know everything. Let me know in the comments right now what you think. And Paramajat, that's my best guess. Hopefully I pronounced that okay. Said, thanks for the videos, man. I really helpful. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being a team member here. And Dawn says, not worth it. Let's talk about that. So are the Dasher rewards worth it? Number one, do not adjust your driving hours unless you are already close to this threshold. If you're going to take away anything from this video, lean in, listen to this, rewind it. What did he say? I guess you don't have to rewind it because I'm going to repeat it. Do not adjust your driving hours just for this shift, this bonus rather. That's massive. Do not go for this bonus specifically. Why? Because I mentioned it's just a 44-cent per delivery bonus. You can get more on that investing in trying to find the best peak pay. You can get more than that trying to find any challenges. Frankly, you can get more than that multi-apping. Sign up right now. There's links down below in the description. Those are affiliate links, just so you know. But you can get more multi-apping on different apps. You know, driving on, let's say, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, whatever is good in your marketplace, or even different niches. You know, grocery, parcel. There's a whole lot to talk about there. But don't change your driving just for this. But if you are close to these thresholds, there is potential to earn more. So if you're in those numbers that we talked about earlier, if you drive 4 to 5 days a week, I'd say that's a safe threshold. If you're driving 4 to 5 days a week, or even 3 days, and you're just hustling, you're driving more hours in those 3 days, and you're getting close to these thresholds, again, 2 to 3 to maybe 4 deliveries per hour, and you're on track to hit this, and you're close. If you have 400 deliveries completed for the month, I would do whatever I could. I would stay online as long as I could to get those other 20 deliveries. If you're close, go for it. If you're not close, don't go for it. Number 3, look for changing incentives each month. Here's a big takeaway going forward, because this is the very first month that DoorDash is doing this. And in January, for the US, Canada, and Australia, these are the thresholds. 450 for the US drivers and 400 for Canadian and Australian drivers. But this is the first month, so things are going to change here. Look for new thresholds in February. Are they going to say, this all comes down to data? So DoorDash is going to say, okay, well, how much did it cost us? How many drivers, I guess, went for it as far as, you know, increasing their driving? They can see those numbers as far as, okay, are drivers driving more? How many actually achieved it? You know, how's morale? How's the feedback? How's the ratings on this? They're going to take all of that into consideration. Their expenses, obviously, how much do we have to pay out on these new bonuses? And they're going to adjust. So I know the knee-jerk reaction is going to say 44-cent per delivery bonus. That is crazy. These companies are scamming us. It's a ripoff. The gig economy is a waste. The reason you are here is to take your thinking and your business knowledge to the next level, because that is not the case. They are a business. You are a business. They have to work in symbiosis. They have to work together here, the best for everyone. Hey, Sleepy, thanks for the $3 super chat. What was the best order ever? I think it was $24+, I believe, my best order. But again, you know, look at the data. They're going to make adjustments in February. We're going to take it to the next level here in 2021. If you're getting value, smash the like button right now. Subscribe if you're new. Share this, because we are going to blow up together in 2021. Whatever niche it is, if someone beats DoorDash, you're going to know about it. Subscribe right now and join the team. Hey, lastly here, that's another point. If it's worth it, are you a veteran driver? Have you been driving for a while? Again, I've advocated for this for years. I haven't, you can go back to videos, you can find it. But I have been saying for years that these companies need to have a rewards program, ideally a tiered system for veteran drivers. If you hit 1,500 deliveries, I'm talking about myself, but whatever, if you hit 1,500 deliveries, 3K, 5K, 10K, 20K, right? As you hit these different thresholds, these companies should be rewarding drivers based on that, because frankly, it's not going to cost them a lot of money. There's not a lot of drivers that are hitting those thresholds. It's not going to be a lot out of pocket, and those drivers are going to be advocates for the company. They're going to say, hey, I've grinded, I'm trying to support my family, I'm trying to support myself here, and the company cared enough to give me an extra 1K. And hey, at least mini shout out to DoorDash. It says they're giving up to $20,000 to select veteran drivers. I'd like to see some numbers as far as the threshold of how many deliveries you need to complete to get that and how many drivers have done that. Now that's been done before, actually. I believe Uber did that back in the day. A similar kind of thing here. They gave, a ton of money to veteran drivers. Again, getting the numbers behind that, that's kind of the challenge here. But if you're a veteran driver, look for this. You may want to hang on the platform a little more if you've been getting discouraged, because there may be cash bonuses coming to you. And hey, maybe you want to be the squeaky wheel and, reach out to DoorDash, reach out on Twitter, support, what have you, and ask, see if we can get some thresholds. Say, hey, I'm a driver, I've done 10,000 deliveries. Do I qualify for a bonus under the new Main Street Strong Pledge, I believe it's called? Just trying to remember. Let's see if we can find out here. Now, hey, I want to let you know, if you have been getting value in this stream, today, definitely hit the share button. Big things coming in 2021. I appreciate every single one of you being here right now in this video. So to close, this announcement was made yesterday. There's money possibly coming to you as a veteran driver. There's new thresholds for monthly bonuses if you complete a certain amount of deliveries every month. And this is brand new. So look for changes in February. And again, this is going to be announced as it happens. So make sure you're in the know, don't get left behind, and then join the team right now if you got value in this video. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.